Gonna be team or match number 2 of WLDL 5 Meepos versus Make Turbo again. First match, it was a slugfest. It was quite a slugfest. Um, Not sure if you're watching or not. But sorry, I should introduce you. Dave. Dave the Conqueror is going to be my co-caster for this one. Hey, Dave.
Hey, what's up? Let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun. Yeah. Did you catch the first game?
I did. I watched it on my second monitor, and yeah, everyone from the Bloodseeker, from the Life Stealer, the carries played really well. It was a tough matchup.
Yeah. Definitely some good back and forth fights that happened. The Bloodseeker.
Going,
What do you think of the Bloodseeker build? I've been seeing quite a bit of this lately.
that's funny because I just watched the Gorg's video, Gorg's latest video with his Bloodseeker refresher. So that's kind of like the
Uh,
new hype going around. Getting those four ultis is pretty funny.
yeah. Saw some Lincoln spheres in the game. I can't remember if exactly which heroes had them, but
I think it was the Razor head one. But yeah, when you have four ultis, that Lincoln's ain't gonna do shit.
yeah. Yeah. Razor or the Rupture is definitely a strong spell at every stage of the game.
For sure. We're gonna be going into the drafting. Are you expecting to see like a different in bands, or how do you think they're gonna go?
Yeah, I mean, I looked up a bit of this, both teams. Um, but honestly, I don't know. I feel this for myself when we're drafting. Like you can kind of anticipate what players are going to play, but when the drafting kind of hits, it can go really in any direction. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how which heroes or which team, if they decide to stick to a
Ooh,
lot closely to what they had.
right. An immediate ban on the wind coming from the Dire.
Yeah, they did that one in the first game as well. I think that's a respect ban on Ronan Swanson.
5 seconds. Hurry. Ban.
Okay.
Seem to be
Only know what
quite
they want.
similar. This is looking quite similar. The same as the first game so far.
Only 10 seconds.
Curious about the Pudge ban.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if they have any Pudge
5
players on
seconds
Radiant.
remain.
I mean, Pudge is definitely a hero that you don't want to be on the other side of a hook of a player who knows how to play that hero well.
Oh, for sure.
Hero has a funny way of just completely pulling apart teams.
Radiance ban.
Okay, a solid ban on the Bristle.
10 seconds to pick.
Looks like they're taking a bit more time trying to think it through.
5 seconds.
What
Hurry.
did you think of the drafts
Dyer's
of the
ban.
first game?
Okay, there's the Bloodseeker ban. I did enjoy him. Like I heard you guys talk about the Dawn a bit. Dawn is a very solid 3.
Only
You
10
can see that global
seconds.
presence. So I wonder
Dire
if they'll be
team are
trying
now
to take that
picking.
out before they're able to pick. But we got a ban on Earthshaker. Or I mean, not Earthshaker, Earth Spirit.
Radiant
And in the
team.
first game as well. There
Okay,
we've got Ravens Jakiro.
Dyer's ban. Witch
We
went
don't feel
Witch
Witch
Doctor.
Doctor.
So
I,
Witch Doctor being one of the only heroes with 3 facets, it's going to be interesting to see which one they try to run with.
mhm. I think Witch Doctor is a solid pick. I mean, it gives you
10
kill
seconds
potential
to
through
pick.
every stage of the game. This one hero.
Of
5
course.
seconds
And you can't
remain.
forget about his heals. His healing is actually really strong. So in lane, it's a
Dyer's
lot of
ban.
sustain for either the carry or the off lane.
The hero has a funny way of making the laning stage kind of precarious to be against this hero.
Radiance ban.
To really be careful around that Maledict.
Oh, for sure. Got 2 more bans on Silencer and Venge coming out. From what I've seen, Venge has been a very strong support lately, so definitely annoying to play against her.
Yeah. Yeah. We had that in
Only
our
10
game,
seconds.
in the game that we lost, and the saves that
Oh,
came from that hero was
5 seconds. Hurry.
challenging.
say the least. See, I've also seen that Lifestealer's been a pretty good pick, so I wonder if they're going to try to lay back on that. I guess it
Hmm.
depends on the draft.
Turbo did end up banning the Bloodseeker, so it'll be interesting to see what 5 Meepos does to replace that.
Radiant team pick.
Game that banning the Animage. He's just annoying.
Yeah, Animage does Animage things.
10 seconds
Oh
to
yeah,
pick.
you get
The split push late game is obnoxious to deal
5
with
seconds
sometimes.
remain.
You don't want to let that hero go too late.
looking for the second pick for Radiant. I mean, I'm not one to talk. We take a while in our drafts too.
Dire team pick.
Ooh. We have a Centaur.
Yo, where do I follow the stream?
Hello?
Hey.
I can post it. I think I posted in the casters. Not in the casters, in the WDL stream.
BTL. Okay, thank you. All right, let me.
There's the Dawnbreaker again coming out. Very good pick.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker definitely a solid pick.
Yeah, looks like we got that figured out.
I want to play more of this hero. I
Nishi.
feel like there's some untapped potential that I haven't unlocked with this hero yet.
No, for sure. That she's very versatile. I'm a big fan of going auras on her, like a solid Greaves pipe, and just like nobody's gonna die on your team. But her damage output is also really strong.
Mm-hmm. The hero seems to have a lot of versatility in what they can build.
Definitely.
Next pick coming out for 5 Meepos. It's going to be Undying. Right?
Yeah, it's definitely a strong laner. Good mid game. It's definitely maybe a counter to Centaur.
Yeah, definitely stealing Centaur's strength will be good for that. What do you think about these two heroes, Dawnbreaker and Undying, and in terms of their positioning? Are they going in the same lane together?
Possibly, I could see them wanting to keep a ranged hero with Dawn just to give her that support in lane, but
Mm.
also having that tombstone in lane to run them down with that celestial hammer could be a good idea. So it depends on how aggressive they're looking to be in the offlane, I think. So yeah, if I was Radiant, I'd probably be looking for a ranged carry because you don't want to be anywhere near a Dawn and Undying.
Mm. Really having a range carry with the Centaur always feels good. Centaur's ultimate kind of helps the range carries reposition if they find themselves in a bad spot.
But yeah, for sure. And,
Winter
ooh, a
Wyvern.
winter.
Interesting.
Yeah,
What do you
it's that
think? Is this a
could
mid?
be could be. It could also just be trying to counter the Solar Guardian, like try to just have that counter initiation for if she tries to ult him.
Definitely. As soon as Dawn flies in, throwing the Winter Wyvern ult on somebody in that group is counter initiation.
But yeah, again, I don't know who plays what positions or what heroes here, so it'll be interesting to see where they take them. So Radiant's running out of their reserve time.
Yeah, they've only got 28 seconds left. They've got
Ooh.
Medusa.
There we go. That's a solid carry pick.
Yeah, that'll secure your late game. Tidehunter coming out on 5 Meepos. It's going to
So
be
it's
their off laner.
could be a mid tide. They have that Dawn.
Yeah, last game they put a Dawnbreaker mid. They might be doing the same this game as well.
Okay. But yeah, like
This
I
could be
said
the
before,
tide.
that ranged carry for him, keeping him away from that Dawn, giving him a lot of magic damage early, should make the lane a bit easier. And the respect ban on the Viper coming out.
Mhm. Viper's certainly not a fun hero to lane against. I'm sure. I mean, the break on the Tidehunter would also be good.
Yeah, might not want the tide to go down too easy mid game. So we're probably looking at Radiant picking a mid hero. and so they're probably trying to ban out people Dawn doesn't want to go up against.
Hmm. PK ban. Popular hero
Okay.
lately.
Yeah, because Radiant or Dire probably needs a carry. So it's interesting to see that they ban Invoker.
Hmm. What carry would you like to see on the 5 Meepos here?
I mean, probably it's hard to say.
Fighting into a Medusa.
Yeah,
It did
I mean
ban
they
the
already have.
Anti-Mage, so they must have been thinking about that one.
Yeah, again, I could see a ranged carry on them. They got the Dawn tied and Undying, so maybe like a Drow.
Mm-hmm. Drow would definitely give them the damage that they're needing. Would
Yeah,
be a bit lacking damage at this point, especially for the late game.
yeah, they need that. They need that backline damage. So I'd be surprising to see a sniper pick, but he could definitely do damage late game. But they could just commit to the full front line and go something like a Wraith King or something.
Is Medusa probably, well, I don't know. It's hard to tell who's the mid going to be on Turbo's team. Um, Wyvern's definitely a potential possibility. Medusa could do a mid. It probably is not a super great mid. The tempo of that hero in the mid lane can be a bit tricky.
Yeah,
Both teams now going into their reserve time. Really thinking hard about what these last picks are going to look like. Oh,
and they come out with a
Shaman.
Shaman.
That
That's not at
is
all.
interesting.
So
Be.
is this a Tide carry?
Could be. I mean, it's that shocked me.
Yeah,
I'm
I was not
I'm
expecting that.
trying to
Yeah.
wrap my head around this one.
I mean, I will say they didn't have any lockdown really besides Ice Path. So getting that Shaman gives them some pretty good lockdown.
Yeah. Is there a core build in Shaman that I'm not aware of?
I mean, maybe mid, like, but I think that's just the typical, Scepter refresher.
I
I don't
mean,
know of anything.
the hero definitely pushes towers down quickly. Maybe they're just going for a very high tempo when fighting foes.
Right. Yeah, maybe they're trying to play with 4 and have Shaman try to rat.
Death Prophet on
Oh, that's a
instead of
solid pick.
Turbo. That is a solid pick. It gives them damage for the mid game.
Yep. And a good frontliner to hit towers.
Look at these hats. What are you liking in terms of
I mean, that Shaman right there, he's looking crazy.
decked out?
Oh yeah. But overall, I think I got to give it to Dire. They got a lot more shinies. I mean, maybe the Tide. Tide only has a back piece, so
I mean, I did see the Jakiro and the Dawnbreaker already, so my eyes are a little more gearing towards the Radiant side this time.
it's fair. I mean, the Winter is also a little bear there. Got the headpiece.
Yeah, I feel like that hero doesn't have a whole bunch of
Yeah, there's
um,
not a whole lot, is there?
that really
But
stick out in my mind. I like the Witch
the DP's
Doctor.
looking. Yep.
It's sort of good form.
I think I just have to give it to Dire because of the DP. The DP's lacking there. Looks pretty basic.
Yeah, yeah, the DP does need to step it up a bit. All right, here we go. Game number 2. Let's see if Turbo can fight themselves out a win here. Five Meepos taking the win last game. It was a slugfest. I mean, I think they're risking. I think 5 Meepos is doing a bit of a draft risk, but I have to see how it shakes out.
You have about a minute to enjoy our
So
time.
going into
Savor
introductions, we're gonna have PDO 157 playing the Witch Doctor. And then we got Ron Swanson playing the Winter Wyvern. Joker now on a Medusa, going for the safe flame potentially. Exopox on the Dawn or on the Death Prophet. Waffle eats pancakes on the Centaur. Flipping onto the dire side.
They
By
might get an early
Meepos.
first blood here if this witch gets caught.
Oh yeah, they are getting close to each other. Poo sees the witch doctor. You're gonna throw out the blood Kurgan, and they're all there. This witch doctor is down. First blood going to dire.
30 seconds after battle.
Nice play. You can finish off listing.
Yeah. Oh, they're getting right to it. They don't want to waste any time. Juvu is now playing the Shadow Shaman, the surprise pick. I'm gonna be watching this. Sweet Poo is on the Undying. We've got our own Raven on his Jakiro. Superintendent Chalmers taking up the Tide Hunter. This might be a Tide mid.
Yeah, it's looking like Tide mid for sure.
And getting a bit of damage initially, trying to get this Bounty Rune. We got Pony Ride. And the Dawnbreaker. Might be Dawnbreaker mid, yeah. Tide is going to the top.
Shaman 3 potentially. Looks like the
Yeah,
Undying
it
is
is.
4.
Interesting. I want to see this. I want to see this high tempo lineup just give her.
Yeah, I think they had to rethink the Dusa pick. Maybe they wanted they didn't want Dawnbreaker against Dusa or Tide against Dusa.
Yeah, you definitely want to play too late into a Dusa. I consider that hero the most late game hero in this in Dota 2.
Who are you favoring in this mid matchup?
I mean, this Dawn did very well against a Viper, I thought, in the last game. I thought it would give him a little more trouble. I mean, Viper is just an impressive hero, but I felt like the Pony did a really good job of it. Death Prophet, honestly, they're a hero to play into. I've fallen a few times to this hero, underestimating the Spirit Siphon. Just see how that goes.
He's definitely a strong laner.
What is your take on Tide Position 1?
I'm a fan of it. He can do a lot of damage with that Anchor Smash, especially if you choose to get a Deso on. So I think it's not really favoring Centaur or Tide too much in the lane. So I think it's going to come down to a pretty interesting skill. It could also been their playing from that as well, seeing the Centaur second pick, wanted to pick a tanky one that wouldn't get run over. Got a fight going down bottom, which taking some damage.
Yeah. Dying, taking hits. Health is going down. Witch Doctor is gonna have to back out here, else we were going in. It's sandwiched now, though. That Witch Doctor heal is doing work for him. Going low on the dire side in this lane.
VP got pretty low from an exchange, but looks like she'll be fine with her Siphon.
Yeah, looks like Dawn is leading a little bit on the last hits there. Last hits to 7.
It definitely seems like Dire's getting the better laning phase at the moment.
Slugfest going in this lane. Raven trying to get better of this Wyvern. And 2 heads are better than 1. Dragon heads. VP is low in the mid lane. Does have a bottle. A bottle on the Dawn as well. They got the creep pull off. And there's a stack. Up. Fire team taking some damage. My favorite laning spells right here. Arctic Burn. It's mean.
It's a
Nasty.
very strong spell for sure.
It just wears down the heroes enough over time that it's really hard to play into.
I think Jack here does a good trading with it though. His Blue Breath is also a good mana burn.
For sure. He did opt for Liquid Fire. Kind of synergizing with the push that lineup's got.
Yeah, so
Uvu is slugging it out with Medusa.
coming in with the
Taking
wish
damage.
Maledict.
Uh-oh, that Maledict
looking
is
good.
gonna hurt. He does have a stick charge.
The
Sure will.
tombstone comes down.
It's looking good. The Tombstone is gonna do a lot of damage here. They just go down. They do manage to take it down. Medusa's mana is getting low. She's caught. He's just gonna go down here. He comes out, but looks like the Dire team is just gonna walk away with a kill there on Medusa. Well played.
Very nice. It's a time when that Voodoo Restoration isn't too good because Medusa requires mana.
Oh, they go for the second kill on the Witch Doctor there. Have the damage. I mean, these decay stacks on them are hurting. I guess particularly, Medusa probably doesn't get hurt by them much, but Witch Doctor's suffering to him.
At level 2 Ether Shock, get 2 stacks on them, and then Ether Shock, it's a lot of damage.
Sure. A bit low in the mid. You can see how the Spirit Siphon is starting to be oppressive. They go 3 levels into it.
I'll take that.
A wyvern's breath.
I've been looking at my chat.
So true.
Nah, it happens to the best of us. Oh,
Shout
Wyvern
out
takes
to-
a lot of damage.
Well, 0 slugs. There's a few slugfests in the last game. I will particularly point out when there's a slugfest going on.
That's what I want to see.
DP does get her ult first. Dawn going in, taking damage, but I don't know. DP's looking strong in the mid lane right now. Swanson getting low.
There is the Arcane Rune on the Dawn with 6.
A slight improvement.
Oh yeah, she's got her ult now. She's kind of ready to show up where she needs to on these other lanes.
They might dive here on top. The Jakira's pretty low.
Yeah. Hopefully they're communicating. They might need the Dawn's help here if they decide to go deep.
On bottom and they kill Medusa.
Oh, nice. Nice rotation.
It's another double kill bottom. Seems like that shaman might be paying off already.
Looking good for him. Not quite level 6, but it's going to do some decent tower damage to this tower with the catapult.
Okay, and they choose to send Medusa and Witch back bottom.
This has got herself a set of mana boots. Witch Doctor may also go mana boots. I think more mana boots to help this Medusa keep health is never a bad thing.
Yes, bounty.
Mana boots on Winter Wyvern as well.
It's never a bad idea to have multiple mana boots for Medusa.
Sure. She's gonna love it. Who's gonna go Blink Dagger first? Definitely a good item on the hero. An initiation and stun. Very deadly.
Yeah, definitely can be not great for a +3 to not be tanky, but if he's able to get that Blink Dagger early enough, I think that can set up a lot of good kills.
Mid exchange. 5 Meepos does have a decent amount of tankiness from Dawn and the Undying that they can justify this Wishy Boss 3.
For sure. And looking at the last hits, it's pretty even so far. So everyone's kind of gotten what they needed out of the laning stage.
Stun out. Dawn all going off. There is Maledict on the Shadow Demon. He is taking damage, but puts down the wards. Now we've got DP showing up with her ult. She's gonna start to do some damage here and trying to get that the tombstone down. This is not looking good for Radiant. Massive damage for coming out of those wards, fighting underneath those wards this early in the game. You can see how quickly it was just chewing away at those heroes.
Fortified their towers.
Definitely not a good idea to fight around those, but might have overestimated that exorcism a bit there.
Yeah. She doesn't have the items yet to kind of be tanky enough to
Radiant's middle
absorb a
tower
whole
is
lot of damage.
It's very well played by the dog.
Damage mid.
tower is being attacked.
Tower's almost down.
Centaur does have his 6 now, so hopefully we can see some good mid-game fights.
For sure, that ult is going to be important to reposition and get team fights going the way you want. Raiden doing some damage on the Centaur. He's taking damage. He's got himself a blade mail. He did go the horsepower facet, so we're not going to see a set of boots on him. Lane. They did damage on Shaman, but Shaman feels pretty good with his one bracer stage in the game.
Which is going to
Blink
get out of
dagger.
that one.
So 10-minute blink dagger on Shaman.
That is a very good timing. They might try to push bottom here. He's got wards back up.
Uphold wave are coming out.
They're going on the Centaur top. The blade mail. Is that okay?
Oh, there's the Centaur ult. Fight happening bottom as well. The wards are out. DP did go down there. Wyvern looks like did go down in this lane here, fighting into this Tidehunter. He's doing a decent amount of damage, level 4 Anchor Smash.
Is demolished.
And the bottom tower falls. Oh, in goes Juvu.
Which gotta get out though.
In trouble now, but he's got enough movement speed to walk away from that DP.
Yeah, they're
Looking
the guys
good.
they're playing well with the wards and tombstone, waiting for those timings. It's gonna be hard for them for the Radiant to fight into it.
I mean, if 5 Meepos is going for a snowball, they're definitely working themselves up for it. It is 0-10 so far. Ooh, what does the Radiant need to do to make themselves in a good position for the mid game?
Yeah, I think it's mainly gonna come down to the Centaur. The Centaur's gotta start moving with his team a bit and try to make some space for this Dusa to farm.
For sure. DP going for the Yules. Give a bit of survivability.
It's also a good stop for the shackles if needed.
Mm-hmm. When a Tide ult is going off or a Dawnbreaker ult is coming in, Yules is a great way to dodge those.
For sure. It's interesting to not see a point in silence. He does have that silence to be able to cancel the shackles, but he has yet to get it.
Except they're fighting the bottom. Dawnbreaker ulting in. Gonna get the kill on the Wyvern. Witch Doctor just throwing a stun out. He's in trouble now. 3 heroes on him. He's gonna go down.
Again, that Solar Guardian just coming into play.
Yeah. It's being able to show up with an extra hero to a fight. It's such a difference. I think they're going to be taking stacks now for Dusa. This is going to help this hero kind of come online. The more this hero gets online, the better it will be for the Radiant.
Shaman's shaking the DP. Oh, they get the ward down.
Just in there. This... Oh no. Oh no. DP going down to the Shadow Shaman. Ubu just putting the pressure on right from the get-go. Who's the Witch Doctor? Oh, there's an ultimate out. Raven's getting hit. Not going to be enough to take him, though. Wyvern goes in.
Oh no.
Jubu is under his wards, happy to take this fight.
Tide's coming in from the top.
Dusa does not have the ultimate. That is going to hurt the team.
There's the Ravage.
This stage in the game, you're gonna want that ultimate to stop these big slugfests that are going on.
Oh no, they got the silence, but she might be dead now.
So goes out, but she's getting low. Needs to survive. Out down. Nuked by the Shadow Shaman. Juvu is just fire here, but winning. Play with fire and winning.
Definitely showing that Shaman can put out the damage.
For sure. Very nice pressure getting put on.
Radiant's middle tower is
He
taking
definitely
damage.
selected the lineup for it and then executing.
For sure. Definitely in a great spot to pressure these tier 2s now.
Centaur building Blink. The hero will be a little more mobile and decide where his stun lands. Oh, smoke going out on the Dire. They're ready to just apply some more pressure. They do not want to let their foot off the gas. Going on the Dusta. Rin is there. He does have ult. Centaur ult out to get them out. DP is in. No exorcism though. This is going to be a hard fight to take. The Radiant team.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
That is a Stampede used, so they're gonna probably take this top
Radiant's
tower.
top tower is under siege. Radiant's top
The
tower
last tier 1 down on the Radiants. 15 minutes, 16 minutes, and 3 tier 1s down. It's feeling good on the Dire side. Yusa is not going to have a whole lot of space to get big.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Yeah, looks like they're just trying to fan out now, trying to get some farm on everybody.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
Centaur almost has the Blink Dagger. Looks like Ju is working towards Agnum's Scepter. First going the Shard. Only a good shard to get. It's going to be a Yule's being built on Raven. Joker's going to go for the Glepnir. It's to just be able to control a bit of movement, I think, in the team fights. You can stop the snowball from rolling at you, then we have enough damage to kind of push back.
Still has yet to take a point in Stone Gaze. He's definitely not looking to fight just yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I see other, like, there's certain heroes that you just skip the ult on, but I tend to be the one that just like gets the ult. 'Cause you never know when, especially as Stone Gaze is so crucial to a team fight. It can really.
The Dawn ulti. Wards are down. So are they gonna get this? Oh, the Cluster Cluck comes out. They can get the Shaman.
Wyvern, good ult on. Gonna be enough?
Well, Dawn's looking low. He's gonna get out on 100 HP.
Ravage goes out. He's down the Centaur.
Again,
Dying.
Still not having Stone Gaze.
He's dying.
Dead in the water.
Good burst too, but he's tanky boy. He's doing damage and able to take the Medusa down.
Running back towards those wards.
Being attacked.
He knows they're keeping him safe. Out goes the nice stop by Raven. Unfortunate for the Witch Doctor, that ult is not going to go off.
I got the cold embrace from the Winter to save the Witch Doctor.
Anchor's doing work. He'd be in trouble, but Centaur comes in with the Blink Dagger, ready to help out his allies.
This is a slugfest.
This is a slugfest. Lusa ult comes out, there it is.
Trying to save the Centaur.
Might not be enough though. Deuce is now in. She's in trouble.
Tombstone is down. Double kill
No.
on the Dawn.
Fortunate. Super amount of pressure from this Dire team. It's really hard to fight into what they have going on here.
Tower is being attacked.
Just a lot of sustain. You've got like heals and sustain coming out of the Undying. Heals coming out of the Dawnbreaker ult.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Tide Hunter is not a hero that is easy to take down in any sense, let alone with all those heals behind him. And then Juvo just on the Shadow Shaman, this cheeky pause 3 Shadow Shaman. Whoa.
He's already got that scepter.
He's doing work.
Oh, definitely working in their favor at the moment. If Radiant's able to hold their high ground for a little bit there, they might have a good chance to come back.
Looks like DP going for Shivas.
Radiant's bottom tower is demolished.
A little worried about how much base HP she's gonna have.
Oh, there's that Dawn and Nate being able to see the entire map, able to see where their enemy is.
I still have yet to see a Nature's Prophet ult go off when that thing goes off.
Yeah, that would be a lot of damage.
I want to see it. The amount of gold that hero will get, plus...
Man, the Dire still just has so much vision. Like, if you look at the triangle, they have so much vision right on this Dusa, right on the Centaur. They know exactly where they're at.
So it goes off on this Tide Hunter, but maybe they were expecting a big team fight up here and expecting that there was more behind this Tide Hunter.
And now the Dusa might get caught out here.
We got 2 TPs. Ravage goes out to catch these Radiant team. Dusa not in a good spot. Wyvern ult goes out. That is huge. Huge Wyvern ult to help this Dusa try to get into a better position and do some damage. Down goes Face, or the Witch Doctor.
The Dawn goes down to the Wyvern. Dusa's still in trouble.
This Exo is such a central part, and she's still alive, but it's not enough. Dusa's gonna now go down. Last one standing on her team. Wait for the Radiant.
Well played by the Dire for sure. That unfortunate combo of Winter's Curse with the Death Ward. That damage just wasn't able to come out. It happens to the best of us.
For sure.
Oh, but looks like they're calling for a report.
Report my teammate. Put that one into Dota for, right? They do not have a lot of damage though. You see how this Tormentor is tormenting them?
And that's in the name. Looks like the title do the damage though.
It's getting there, but long Tormentor. Centaur going in. Those snakes are out. I mean, I respect the attempt to punish them for that Tormentor, but
The Stone Gaze coming in from the Dusa.
she's behind them. She's trying to catch something. She's trying to get something out of this fight. You are a bit low. Be careful. You don't have Exo. Dawn is coming in.
Is not looking good.
Witch Doctor all out. They're just too tanky.
They're splitting the team up too well. The Dire was able to split the Radiant pretty well.
My friends, that can be enough for Dusa to get out? Likely not. Heals on her, but it's not going to do much for her. She needs mana, not health.
Centaur ulti coming out.
Great. Oh, the Ravage. Down goes the Wyvern. Now they're just able to battle onto this high ground. Almost unfazed entirely. This
Doesn't
is
look like there's going to be much high ground defense.
definitely not the snowball you want to find yourself underneath.
Oh, Ronan calling GG. Is that game?
Yeah, that looks like game. Calling it.
Well played.
Impressive performance by Meepos. That I had doubts when I saw that lineup. I'm like, yeah, it's a fast tempo lineup, but they executed it beautifully.
For sure, yeah. Getting that wild card on the shaman last pick definitely could have been hard to pull off, but
Yeah, like
he played him very well.
I look at this Radiant like lineup, and I'm like, yeah, that's a solid lineup. You got what you need. You got late game. You got early damage. You got enough tankiness that you can fight into, and you have a nice Wyvern that can save. Like it's a solid lineup, but you just see how quickly it crumbled to this absolute snowball that five meeples put together.
For sure. It looks like they might be asking for a post game interview for you.
Yeah, want to do an interview? Let's do an interview.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Ready when you are. Hello?
More.
It's a me, Juvu. What's up, dudes?
Hey, dude. How's it going?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
How's it going? You hear me well?
Oh, it's good. Yes, yes. Your mic's a little distorted, but I can make it out.
Right. I'm just gonna turn you up a little bit. Sound test 1, 2. Say something?
Yo, yo.
Perfect. Feeling good after that game.
Yeah, it was a fun game. We
Okay,
got to
fun.
try out some stuff that people weren't sure of, and it worked out.
For sure. I was shocked to see the Shadow Shaman come out.
Yeah, it's one of those pocket picks. Like when you pick it, people assume you're just trolling, but Shadow Shaman with items will do either very well in the early game if they're paired with a good support, or they can win you the game later when they're cheesing with the refresher alt and all that.
Sure, that was amazing. Amazing sort of snowball that you guys created on that team is I think it really put them on the back feet.
Yeah, we were cautious of the enemy team. Like they were very strong in the first game. Like they punished the shit out of us. And this game, like we did kind of decide that we were going to run the tempo was our idea.
Nice. Speaking of the first game, what were your thoughts on that one? How did that one feel as you're progressing through it?
The first game was interesting because my lane I feel went pretty well. We were definitely challenged in that first one. However, according to my teammates, their lanes they definitely lost against I believe it was Razor Ogre and then the Viper middle. So yeah, the first game was definitely back and forth for us. It really felt like until we overcame.
For sure. Talk to me about your itemization on Primal Beast.
Yeah, let's see. So I went Blade Mail first, just because it makes sense against a Razor. And a Viper, if you can kind of do it. And then it makes it harder for Lifestealer to hit you, but I don't think he really cares. And then in lieu of BKB, Sanj is just so good right now. And then Kaya really amps Primal Beast's damage. Because really what you want to do as PB is you're not there to like stand and take the hits. You're in to run in, take as many hits as you can, pop your uproar so that when you have eggs, you're doing the extra. Go out and then come back in just to harass, is how I view them. So yeah, and then Lotus for Lotus reasons, and then obviously Wind Waker at 49 minutes to just go in and out.
For sure.
Yeah, because their Viper was fucking us up in that first game. Who was on their Viper? Sorry.
That was Exopox.
Exopox is a mad lad. If you see this Exopox, you're monstrous. Yeah, they just punished us so bad. And then Ronan Swanson on the Razor was just absolutely crushing. Big kudos to make Turbo again.
Sure. I was impressed with how they're handling that lineup. I think that it's a hard to execute. I think they were putting up a really good resistance against you guys in the first game.
Yeah, they have a lot of tools that they needed to get us. I think not to speculate after the fact that if they maybe did a couple more smokes, Went after Dawnbreaker, I think would have been really good in that first game too. Like if they made it a concerted effort to just go find Dawn and ignore the rest of us, they definitely probably would have irked ahead there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Dawn
Yeah.
was making huge shifts in the fights for sure.
Yeah, our Dawnbreaker, absolute monster of a Dawnbreaker player. Literally, it would be like they would tell us they're level 6, and then they'd be like, "Go," and I'm like, "All right, we're fighting, let's go," and it like just makes sense, right?
Have you played lots with these guys on your team?
With Raven, definitely Super Nintendo Chalmers as well. Although he is a huge noob, absolutely terrible at the game. Should probably uninstall the game, his microphone, his webcam. Maybe just pull the plug out from the wall. But Big Bad Dad and Microfull erection. It's my first time playing with those two dudes, and yeah, absolute joy to play with. Great communicators.
So you guys are off to a good start into this tournament. Is there any teams looking forward that you're a bit nervous to play?
So I believe we're in the middle of the division MMR wise. Let me just look here. Nervous to play. Marcy Boku rings a bell. I don't remember who's in it. Let me just take a look. Yeah, they're spooky. They're definitely the top dogs, I believe, in the division.
Okay.
Or no, Special Agent Blob as well. And then Looming Fruit. Those guys have played together for a very long time. So it'll be interesting to see what their 5-man team cohesion over the years does to our like ramshackled team.
For sure. Looking forward to those games. It's gonna be good.
Oh, they're gonna be great. And yeah, again, big shout outs to make Turbo again. They're strong. They're definitely a strong team. We just irked it out here.
Mm-hmm. Nice. It was a really good matchup, really good fights. And
yeah, thank you for casting also.
Shout out to you for helping me out with the casting setup.
That's right. I deserve that. Thank you guys for casting. And I saw Lanky was also in at one point, so thank you to Lanky also.
Hey, no problem, man.
Thank you. Well, looking forward to your future games. We'll keep an eye out.
Hell yeah.
All right, adios.
Have a good one. Yep, some pretty strong games there. Very entertaining. Too bad it was too short.
Yeah, that was a quick second game for sure. They upped the tempo from like 3 to 10. I would rate that.
Yeah, you don't see that very often with the Shadow Shaman, but they pulled it off.
I'm gonna see if Captain from Turbo is available and would like to do an interview. Give me 1 second.
No problem. But yeah, I really do think make Turbo again was just looking for that little break there, a little bit of breathing room for the Duso. Maybe a little bit of breathing room for the DP to get her first big item. But that 5 Meepos just was not letting up.
For sure. Not sure if I have communication with that captain. With Ronan Swanson. You see him in the Discord. I guess I can find him in Captain Chat.
Yeah, I think that'd be the best spot. I'm not seeing him.
Discord is giving me the cutoff names, so I can't actually read these. Might not be available for interview. Might not have them. Unfortunate.
Well, that's all right. Either way, both teams played very well. Very entertaining 2 games.
For sure. How do you? So let me ask you this. So yeah. you face off against this kind of lineup. That's super high tempo. What do you do, knowing that you do not have the high tempo heroes that they have? What do you do on the map to sort of stop that snowball from happening?
Yeah, that goes back to what I said earlier, watching the Centaur make plays.
Hmm.
You gotta really put pressures on towers, whether that be top or bottom. So definitely what you could have looked for would be the Wyvern, the Witch, and the Centaur, and maybe even the DP, just run in 4-man to pressure towers, and then as soon as you get TPs, use that Stampede to get out of there. And just try to keep them chasing you around the map. Because, yeah, those team fights with that Dawn ulti, the Tombstone, the Wards, they were not going to be winning those. So unfortunately, it did rely a lot on the Centaur to come online. So maybe not getting that early blink or uh, not playing with his team as much. Definitely a hard call, right? Because he needs items too. But sometimes you just gotta sacrifice farm to try and save your carry.
For sure. It'd be really challenging. Really, if the DP was able to get EXO off in some of these fights in kind of more of an advantageous position, then they might have gone a little better in their direction. But
Oh,
they
for
just had
sure.
so much meat early on
Yeah,
the side of Meepos.
the decay on top of her because she's not very tanky in and of herself.
Yeah,
Again, those 2 stacks of decay into that ether shock took her down real fast in her exos.
for sure. That hero needs a few items before he'd start feeling really tanky on it. But all in all, good matches. I enjoyed both of them.
Yeah, very very fun to watch. Thanks for having me. That
Yeah.
was fun.
Thanks for co-casting. We'll do this again. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Thanks to all the viewers that are watching and taking part. Yeah, we'll catch you for some later games in the WLDL 2025.
Alrighty.